Complete. Yeah. Take 3.
Hello, and welcome to Zen Talks, where we pause the midday hustle for a brief moment of calm and reflection. Let's slow down, take a deep breath, and explore the depths of personal growth and well-being, perfect for a quick reset during your day. I'm your host, Zen, and today we're talking about cross-generational relationships. Basically, how people from different age groups connect, learn from each other, and sometimes, yes, clash a little. Relationships between different generations can bring so much value, but they also come with their own unique set of challenges. Whether it's in families, the workplace, or friendships, connecting across generations can be a beautiful way to share wisdom. But it also means navigating different perspectives. As far as what I'm drinking today, I'm starting my week out with just plain old water. For those of you at work or at home, grab your favorite pick-me-up, whether it's water, coffee, a smoothie, or soda, whatever keeps you going through the day. When we think of cross-generational relationships, we might first think of families, relationships between grandparents, parents, and children. But cross-generational connections extend far beyond that. They're the relationships we have with colleagues from different age groups, the mentorships we give or receive, and even the friendships we form with people who see the world through a different lens. One of the most incredible things about these relationships is the mutual benefit that comes with the exchange of knowledge. The older generation often brings wisdom, experience, and a long-term perspective. Meanwhile, younger generations bring fresh ideas, creativity, and a new way of looking at the world. But sometimes those differences in experience and outlook can cause misunderstandings. Have you ever felt frustrated trying to explain something to someone from a different generation? Maybe your parents didn't understand your career choices, or a younger coworker didn't see the value in something that's second nature to you. These challenges often stem from the fact that we're shaped by the times we live in. For example, technology has a huge impact on how generations relate to the world. Older generations may struggle to see the point of social media, while younger generations might see it as an essential tool for connection and self-expression. But it's not just about technology. We're also talking about different values. Think about work-life balance, for instance. Baby boomers often take pride in hard work and sacrifice, while millennials and Gen Z tend to value flexibility and mental health. So how do we bridge that gap? How do we actually make these cross-generational relationships work? It's not always easy, but it's totally doable, and honestly, it can be super rewarding. First off, start with listening, and I mean really listening. It's easy to brush off someone else's views when they don't match our own, but try to dig a little deeper. Ask questions, be curious, and try to understand their perspective, even if you don't agree. Trust me, it can make a world of difference. Next, acknowledge the differences. Let's be real, each generation has its own set of challenges and experiences. For the older folks, they grew up without the gadgets and conveniences we have today, and that shaped how they see the world. On the flip side, younger generations are navigating these crazy fast-paced worlds with social media, tech, and constant change. Both come with their own set of struggles, and it's okay to admit we don't fully get each other sometimes. And then find common ground. No matter how different we seem, there's always something that connects us. Maybe it's family values, loyalty, or just wanting to do good in the world. Once you figure out what that common ground is, you've got a solid foundation to build a real understanding from. I've definitely seen a lot of changes over the years. However, one of the most rewarding things for me has been in mentoring high school girls, where I'm often reminded how different things were when I was their age. The music was different, the way we dressed was different, heck, even the way we communicated was different. But at the core of it all, the human experience, that hasn't changed much. Let me share a quick story with you guys. I remember the first time I started mentoring these young girls. I was quickly reminded that I was born in the late 1900s. Yeah, that's how they refer to it now. And they're growing up in a completely different world. TikTok, Instagram. I would have said Facebook, but I'm told that that's for us old folks. We didn't even have the internet back then. So honestly, I was a little nervous that they wouldn't relate to me or that I wouldn't get them. But I found that once we got past the surface stuff, like what's cool and what's not, we found common ground. They're facing some of the same challenges I did. Insecurity, yep. Pressure to fit in, absolutely. And don't even get me started on relationships. That's when I realized that despite the years between us, we had so much to offer each other. I learned that if it's not just about giving advice, they've taught me just as much. They remind me to stay curious, to see things from a fresh perspective, and even to embrace new trends. I never thought I'd say this, but I found myself hooked on some of their favorite apps. And they've told me they appreciate my life experience and the been there, done that wisdom I bring to the table. Cross-generational relationships aren't just mentor-mentee situations either. It could be you and your parents, your grandparents, or even colleagues at work. The key to making these relationships work: mutual respect and a willingness to listen. Seriously, you'd be surprised how much we can learn from each other if we just give people the space to share their experiences. So as we wrap up today's talk, what about you? Have you ever had a meaningful relationship with someone outside your age group? Whether it's learning from an older mentor or getting fresh ideas from someone younger, how has that impacted you? Leave me a comment or send me a message. I'd love to hear your stories. Thank you for joining me on Zen Talks today. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to subscribe, share it with a friend, and of course, follow me on Instagram at I am Zenja or Facebook at Zenja Bloomfield. Until next time, stay grounded, stay peaceful, and most importantly, stay Zen.